Hello, everyone, and welcome back to EllynwithaY Goes Live. I am so excited for my 47th episode. Thank you. I'm so excited for my 47th episode that I get to have such an incredible guest and an amazing group of people who are here, like, supporting me and loving me through this whole show. Sean Taylor from Netflix's The Circle is going to be joining me later on in the show. Guys, like, look, mama, we made it, okay? Like, a week ago, Sean was on my TV. Now she's on my show. I'm so excited. So I am so grateful, and I am so filled with joy, which is exactly what this show is for, which I talk about every week. If you catch yourself smiling while you're watching the show, that is the entire point of it, because it makes me smile and it makes me able to spread joy to people. And that's what I want you to do too. This world is intense and sometimes scary, and that's what the show is for. So please go out there and spread a smile if you feel that you are smiling while watching the show. And without any further ado, I'm gonna dive right in to my hot topic. This week, if you were under a rock, you may not know about the Brad and Jen meetup at the SAG Awards. Here's a picture of them. Woo! They had a couple of run-ins at the awards, and people literally lost their minds over the fact that this couple who used to be together had a cordial interaction at an award show in their shared industry. Shocker, people that can be nice to each other after they've been divorced. So I noticed all of the fanfare around Brad and Jen yesterday on what happened to be Martin Luther King Day, and I wasn't really seeing as many Martin Luther King posts. His speech, I Have a Dream, I'm dating myself. I used to listen to the audio on Encarta. I don't know if anyone remembers this. This is really old computer software I used to listen to speeches and do my reports on, and it just really resonated with me. So yesterday, I'm all here. You guys know hot topics every week, 47 weeks. I love a hot topic. However, I was like, come on, we need to be celebrating with the king, and then we'll talk about Brad and Jen. So feelings on Brad and Jen. They divorced because he cheated on her with Angelina Jolie, who he then married, adopted her kids, then she kicked him out. Why are we cheering for Brad and Jen to get back together? He cheated on Jen, so there's that toxicity. Why are we trying to send her back to him? I'm just I also kind of recognize this pattern. I'll speak from my own experience. I don't know about anybody else. But sometimes you date a guy, or in this case, you marry them. Then that ends. Then they move on to a new person. Then if they break up with that person or they hit the rocks with that person, sometimes this individual will reach back out to you via text message, email, DM, Twitter, what have you, and will try to reignite the flame. I don't know that you can reignite a 12-year-old flame between Brad and Jen. It's just not gonna happen. Me and Jen are very similar, obviously. We clearly are now living a very parallel life. So I don't know, comment along if you also have had exes try to sneak back in, and maybe he doesn't really want to be with her at all, although his hints about being single at the Golden Globes and SAG, I'm just he wants to make sure that she knows that he's single. Maybe her camp doesn't pick up the phone for his camp anymore. So now he's I'm gonna do what I can so that every headline that's about her includes me, so when she's checking her Google alerts, she's God damn it, Brad. So that is my hot topic. I am going to move into my what to watch, which obviously it's Netflix's The Circle. Promoting Last week I gushed about The Circle. I was so enamored. I literally couldn't stop talking about it. So that's my what to watch this week. My food for thought this week. So the beginning of this January, I had one of my best friends, Aja, came over to my apartment, and we decided to vision board. I have never vision boarded before. So we were talking about manifesting, what we want to manifest, and we were cutting out magazine things, which funny enough, neither of us have magazines. So she had to go to the library to get us the magazines to cut it out. So in case you were wondering, you can get free magazines at the library. So we're cutting things out and just what do we want? We made a list of what we like want to manifest. And no joke, the top of my board has a lot to do with what I would like my career to be, success in being, it says like host with the most. There's a picture of Tiffany Haddish, Oprah, obviously God. And, you know, people who just have a really positive image and someone that I could aspire to be like. And I kid you not, literally 2 weeks later, manifesting, I have celebrities coming onto my show. I'm literally freaking out. I can't even believe it. My one issue with manifesting and vision boarding is that it is labor intensive. So my back was really starting to hurt. I was like cutting out pictures. I'm like arranging them on this board. I haven't worked with like oak tags since I was like in grammar school. I just kept getting lower and lower and lower to the floor because I didn't want to sit up and glue stick anymore. My back was killing me. But so I'm literally laying on the floor at some point. And I finally turned to Aja and I was just like, do you think it defeats the purpose if you were to have someone else vision board for you? Like you just kind of gave them the notes and then you just like sent it. And I 100% think that that's cheating. You really shouldn't vision board that way. But for those who don't have time, I think that might be a lucrative business. Maybe that's how Pinterest got started though. Okay, so maybe I don't have a business plan. The sharks would be like, go home. You did not think this through. Whatever. I am manifesting, let me tell you. So that is my food for thought for this week, which means, alert, we are going to have Sean Taylor join me on the show. Oh my God, can you believe it? I cannot. Literally, like, Sean, you were on my television.
I know.
A week ago.
I can't believe that part even.
You are a celebrity.
No.
Yes. Guys, okay, let me just tell you. So, Sean, I go on her Instagram last week, and you're like, oh, thanks for 10K. I go today, 40,000, and can we break the news?
We got the blue check!
Yes! She's verified, baby.
I was like, I didn't get one in the game, but like, I'll take it. Like, better late than never, you know?
Yeah, no influence in the game, influencer in real life.
Hey, IRL.
I love it. I am joined here by Netflix The Circle's Sean Taylor at Hey Sean Taylor.
At Hey Sean Taylor.
So you guys can give her a follow. I'm so excited. Can I say I'm one of your first press?
Yeah, exclusive. First, like, video interview. Yeah, this is the real deal.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And Sean came in, I was just like, I have so many questions.
You had really good questions though, because you know what? I had someone on Slack. Yeah, someone was like, I have a couple questions for you. I was like, okay. And they're like, cut to, we're in a channel with 10 other people. They're like, okay, so I thought we could just hash it all out here.
Yeah.
And their questions were like, what was the square footage of your apartment? I was like, I don't know. I didn't bring a ruler. So you had good questions.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We also had a Slack channel at work about the circle. Exposing us all. So how do we know each other?
We know each other from at Hey Laura Hey. Who's also here.
Yes.
Laura, who worked at Refinery 29. You guys know each other there?
Yes.
Yeah. And then like Instagram magic happened. And in the DMs where it all goes down. Cut to, here we are.
So this is a show on Netflix. You can stream it right now after you finish watching my show.
She's not lying. It's there. And you can watch it anytime. That's the beauty of Netflix. So don't go anywhere.
So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about like, how did you hear about The Circle?
This like really came out of nowhere for me. A lot of people on the cast, like we hadn't heard about The Circle. And I literally like, I was telling you a second ago, it's like my like dreams when I was in junior high, and like I would be like, my dream was I would be at some like angsty band concert and like the like lead singer would just pull me out of the crowd. Like that's what it felt like. But in IRL, I literally, again, it all happens in the DMs. Someone DM'd me and was like, you should do this. And I was like, okay, as long as this isn't like human trafficking, like fine.
And it wasn't great.
Yeah, no, you need to be careful for sure. Yeah. Cut to, I was like on a plane to LA to do an audition, which was bizarre. And I the whole time I was like, probably not, right? Like, probably it won't. But then it did. It really did. And here we are. And I'm like, my mind is completely blown.
And you were in New York.
Yeah.
You work for Dia & Co.
Yeah.
Which is huge. For any of you who don't know, get your box subscription.
You're amazing.
Clothing. My sister is a huge fan, and she's definitely turned most of my family onto it.
Oh, amazing.
Yes.
Hi, sister.
Yes, Sarah. Hi. So can you tell me a little bit, like, before you got onto the show, you're here in New York.
Yeah.
How did you come to be in New York?
I went to school for theater in Richmond, Virginia. And I kind of realized I loved the doing it, but like the business of it, I was always going to have to pretend to be something that I wasn't. I was going to be someone's mom, or I was going to have to try to be smaller than I actually am.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like that time where like body positivity was like just starting to become a thing on social media. And it really changed my life. And it was just like a aha moment of like, oh, I could think differently about myself. So in that like last year of school, I wrote a one-woman show about my relationship with my body, got naked on stage, invited this guy I was kind of seeing to it. Now he's my boyfriend, so that worked out. It could have gone either way.
Ladies, take notes.
I don't know if I would suggest that.
No.
And I did this like crazy like photo series with people in their underwear. It just became my whole life.
Yeah.
And I had friends who were moving up to New York. I was like, I have to do that. I have to be in New York during this like moment for plus size women that's happening right now. So I did it. I got super lucky working at Dia & Co. I was a stylist, and then I started doing their social media. And so I just keep on saying like, it feels like the universe had my brain wiretapped, because it's like I couldn't have written this out. It's like representation of larger bodies and social media and reality TV, which I adore. Like, The Real Housewives raised me. It's like all of my loves in one thing that like I'm just in complete shock.
That's incredible. And I think I talk a lot about on this show just trying to live authentically and your true like your true best self as best as you can, right? We have like the trappings of society that we were raised in, that we sometimes have to strip back and unpack, and that can be difficult. But if you're really living as true to yourself as you can, and you're putting that out there, like it will come back around. I think it's such a testament to what you're putting out there that it's coming back to you for real.
I'm amazed.
And that's why people are responding to you.
Oh my God.
So in your real life, you talk a lot about body acceptance, and I really want to point out, like, I love acceptance because it's an action word. We don't need to be the opposite of body negative, body positive. We need to accept ourselves. We need to accept others.
Right.
And so I love that. I love that you say that.
Thank you.
And I think that's why so many people, like, you resonated so much with the people that watched The Circle. Like, the people that are just the comments on Twitter, on Instagram, like, what has the response been for you to receive that? Because people are just adore you.
It's been incredible. I was talking to my therapist. Love therapy. Highly
Same.
recommend.
Yes. Hi. Love.
And I was like, I feel like the thing is really just believing it. I'm in complete disbelief. But like literally when it first like came out, I got messages from all around the world. Everywhere, like Africa, Chile, like Canada, Argentina, Brazil, and it's been so heartfelt. Like, I was really, really terrified about how this would go. Like, it completely fell in my lap, and I was like, this could be the story of like the girl who, you know, really wanted something good with her heart and it went her way, or it went terribly and she lost everything. And it really cut my way. So I'm so grateful, and I'm so grateful that women online being their authentic selves, seeing bodies like mine online really changed my life. Having the opportunity to do that for other people has always been a dream. So yeah, it's really crazy to suddenly be in that position, and hearing from people who like I've looked up to for so long reach out to me. Your fat friend tweeted, tweeted about the show and how like she really loved the fat representation on it. I was like, because I literally thought about her so much throughout all this. I was like, what would your fat friend do?
Oh.
So like, I don't even know what to think. I'm so grateful.
Oh my gosh, I love that. So on the show, there's the opportunity. So like I said, the show is kind of like a hybrid of Big Brother and the show Catfish. So you're able to go into the apartment complex, if you will, and catfish. Can you talk a little bit about your strategy to go in and to catfish? Because I think that that's what endeared so many people to you, is when you kind of finally felt comfortable to reveal your true self to select people on the show, and then eventually everyone. Like the strategy going into Catfish, and then what was your heart when you were like, I just want to be authentic and be me?
Yeah,
not that you weren't being authentic.
No.
You're playing a game.
Well, like that's the thing is like, I think the catfishing element just makes the game a lot of fun. Like it's $100,000 at stake. Like people doing crazy stuff for money. Like you'll love to see it, you know. But really, what I was hoping, I thought I could make the biggest impact by showing the side of like body acceptance and body positivity that we don't like to talk about as much. A lot of people think that it's just about loving yourself. And yes, that's a part of it. But like, it's also about really like challenging the ways that we don't give people space to love themselves. You know, people don't have that opportunity. And I work in social media, that's true life. Yeah. And I see the worst of the worst. Just the terrible things that people say for no reason at all, completely unprompted. And like to assume that I when something so big is at stake, would walk in and just be like, oh yeah, everyone's not going to pass judgment on me or have some kind of bias about me. Yeah. It's just my life experiences that's not, it's not true, you know?
Yeah.
But I knew like, I am someone who like, I believe in myself and I'm aware of like what it means for me to be on a show like this. And so I knew if I had the opportunity, if there was someone that I trusted, that I could be myself, I would take that opportunity and run with it.
Yeah.
And so, you know, like once I had that connection with Chris, I knew I had to do it. Like once I saw how close also everyone was, you know, like I needed to make connections with people and really quickly. And I couldn't do that, you know, for a sustainable period of time as someone else in the way that I really wanted to, you know?
I feel like it resonated and also kind of brought the conversation to the forefront too. Being like, hey guys, this is the real me. And then the response that everybody had, were you expecting it to be positive or were you really worried? Because I was like bawling my eyes out on the couch. I was like, I totally can relate.
It's funny because my life is all about talking about this stuff. So you get a little desensitized to it, but there's something so vulnerable. Like a lot of people say kind of like in this community, there's like a moment kind of as like coming out as fat, you know, where it's like a conversation with maybe someone in your life that's like, hey, this is who I am and I'm actually not going to be changing that. I'm not going to be working on hiding that.
Yep.
And I've had those conversations with people in my life. And it really put me back in that place where I was surprised how vulnerable and scared I felt. And also, spoilers, it's hot in those rooms and there's cameras on you at all times. So it's just a very heightened state where it just felt like very, very real to be like, hey, this is me.
This is me.
People can surprise you with their compassion if you give them the opportunity to.
Wait, so speaking of it being hot, I have a couple of questions.
Give them to me.
Okay, so one, you mentioned it was hot in there. I noticed the fans.
Yeah.
It was hot.
It was hot.
Toasty?
It was like always 80 to 85 degrees in there.
I would have died.
Plus, I know I hate hot.
I can't. No.
Plus, it's like the most intense situations you've ever been in. Like
you're already like
one thing that I have walked away from with this, I have more empathy for people who are on reality TV shows.
Yes.
Because, you know, sometimes you're watching reality TV and you're like, why are they acting so crazy? But it's really like there are pros behind those cameras.
Yeah.
Making it like, I was like, this is the most intense situation of my life and I'm talking to a TV.
Alone in your apartment.
No one is here. Yeah.
So you move into the apartment and you're alone. You have like hundreds of cameras essentially in there and 3 TVs that you speak at and it shows you the circle and what's happening.
Right.
What was that experience? Like you go in and you're basically by yourself. How did you like entertain yourself when you weren't chatting?
Okay, so I love cooking. I did a lot of great cooking. I made like a really fire breakfast burrito while I was in there. Didn't make the show. Speaking of vision boarding, I had a cork board that I asked all my friends to write me like letters when I went away, like a summer camp. I thought I would read them like throughout the whole thing. I read them like all on the first night and just like I had like photos of friends and letters that I would read again that I put up. And then I also brought tarot cards. Yeah.
We're a big fan of tarot.
I did a lot of tarot reading.
Big fan.
I'm pretty sure that I called Miranda getting cut. The card said it.
The cards.
It was in the cards.
It was in the card. How could they cut that?
I know.
It was in the cards. Oh my god. I've had like 2 tarot experiences on this show. I'm a big fan. Yeah, I'm a big fan of it. I just like, if you can like gain some insight from anywhere and everywhere, like why not?
Yes. No, 100%.
Right?
Well, also, the thing is, I feel like it makes you just think about your problems in a different way. It's like kind of rolling the dice on the problem and then being like, how can I look at it differently?
Yes, perspective. So I wanted to talk about your relationship with the other house guests. You got to bond in the house.
Yeah.
And obviously there was more, you guys had to chat more, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, so, we definitely did talk more than you see on the show. But we all still talk now.
Yeah, you're friends now?
Yeah, we all have a group chat. We're all like going through this crazy thing together, which is great because this has been a complete whirlwind. So I'm glad I have other people going through the exact same thing.
Other people to share it with, because it could kind of be isolating. Like you're exploding into famousness, and like there's like no one else who's also experiencing like we need to double authenticate our Instagram. Like you watch
that part, yeah.
So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about Sean Post Circle. You guys should go follow Sean on Instagram and keep up with the latest. I'm asking, when's the first fan meetup? Wait, tell everyone this is funny. Your first fan encounter.
Well, it'll have to be at Taco Bell because I have been exclusively recognized at Taco Bell, nowhere else.
That's the cantina, baby.
Yeah, I'm worth it. I haven't been to Taco Bell in like months and months and months. I walk in and this girl's like, were you on that show? Like her eyes get all wide. And I was like, yeah. But then it was weird because then I was just like waiting for my cheesy gordita crunch, like. But then today it happened again, another time.
Oh my god!
But this time it was like very shy teens, but like I knew that they knew and they knew that I knew that they knew.
Yes.
And we were just kind of looking at each other. It was cute.
Everybody definitely go follow Sean. Follow along with what you've got coming up. I'm serious. Like, let's get the fan meetups. Like, let's go see Sean talk on a panel.
I have looked up to women in this space for so long, so like I'm so excited about the little community that I have now. And yeah, I'm just like ready and excited to like create fun content. I'm kind of been thinking about coaching or like confidence classes because that's like the number one question that I get in the DMs. But that's my dream.
Guys, yes, comment, let us know, like comment on the video, comment on YouTube, let us know like where you're at and if you would be interested in coaching. Sean is your girl. I started talking a little bit more about, I've been plus size, I have lost weight, and I just think being more comfortable, like you were saying, body acceptance. I think that's why it resonated so much with me, is it's not enough to just like be, you have to accept and you have to be comfortable and you have to be like, no, I'm not changing. Right. I am.
Right. I think too, like, because when I have responded to people who, so many people feel this way, right? Like, and I'm kind of in a bubble of like plus size fashion and like women who all look the same and feel great about themselves. But like the biggest thing that I want to like tell everyone who feels that way is like, one, it's like a practice. Like you have to just keep on trying at it because there's going to be like thoughts in your head that want to tell you like, this is stupid. Just keep on trying to be nice to yourself. Just try to be a little nice to yourself. Like I like to think about like how much like negativity, like how many negative thoughts go through my head that I'm like, you know what, could I just try for the next like 30 seconds to think something nice about myself? Like it won't even balance the scales, but like what will it hurt?
Yeah.
No,
it's also
so
like
just keep on trying.
It's like a muscle almost. To
it
be
is.
Like, wait, check that. Like that's no. Like I wouldn't even say that some of the things I say in my head out loud to another human.
No.
So
no,
like,
you wouldn't.
If I wouldn't say that to somebody else, why would I think that?
Yeah.
Also, if you're good, I think the way that you carry yourself in life, I think the way that you treat other people, it all is just like such a ripple effect.
So true.
So guys, I'm obviously signing up for coaching with Sean. Definitely follow along to see what you have coming up next. I will be at every panel, everything, because I just know that is the future.
Yeah,
Sean gets her own Netflix
brunch?
show. Girl, yes! Oh my God. Ooh, I'm a big fan of brunch.
Oh, yay!
Yes. Oh my God. Okay, so we always play a game on this show.
Oh, there's a game. I forgot about
there's
the
always
game.
a little game.
Oh, that's my mom. My mom's here too.
Hi.
Laura Puck.
My mom's here too.
Oh my God, mom meetup.
Yes. Oh my God. At Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or my little sister. Sorry.
Oh, that's your sister?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. My sister's here. Oh my God, look at us. Our family's
It's a
just
family
so
affair.
supportive. Thanks, guys. So we have this amazing book of 3,000 Would You Rathers. So you get to pick any number between 1 and 3,000.
I'll do 11.
Ooh, okay, 11.
My birthday's on February 11th.
You have a birthday coming up.
Yeah.
Yes,
Aquarius
happy birthday.
season.
Oh yeah, Aquarius.
Yeah.
That's what we talked about when my friend came on. Age of Aquarius, people. It is the age of Aquarius. Oh, see, I've become like indoctrinated through the show. I know so much because of the show. Okay, question number 11. How into comic books are you?
0%.
Okay.
Maybe isn't a good
Maybe
one.
this isn't a good one for you. Would you rather have Stan Lee or Kevin Smith create your own comic book character?
I'm gonna phone a friend.
Yeah. I love
Eric,
it.
which one?
Probably Stanley.
Stan Lee. I'm gonna go with Stan Lee.
Stan Lee, so you get your own comic book and then turn it into a series.
That's why I
and
picked it.
famous forever.
The second one, I'll do 1994, my birthday.
1994.
Year, my birth year.
Would you rather eliminate paper products or eliminate emissions to save the environment? It's very timely. I don't know which one's better.
I don't know which one's better. I think the saving the environment one.
Yeah.
Like the emissions.
Eliminate emissions.
The way that it's worded, it sounds like one is going to save the environment and one isn't.
Yeah.
But but also we don't like deforestation, right? Maybe that one, because there's been a lot of fires, so we're going to go with that one.
Okay,
no
so
paper products.
Get rid of the paper products.
Out of here.
Okay. I concur and agree. Because 2 is better than 1 agreeing on something.
There it is. I felt like that was like a first date question and then like a Miss America question. I thought it was like
Let's give you one more.
popsicles or ice cream.
They usually are. Okay. Would you rather have a long neck or a long face?
Long neck.
I agree. So you don't want someone come up to you and be like, why the long face?
Yeah, no, we don't want
Such
that.
a dad joke.
And Tyra Banks would say that's a long neck would be great.
Yeah,
for me.
no, you do. You kind of like,
Yeah, and
I
I
always-
could eat
I
things
always
off
try
the
to
top of
align.
the tree.
yeah, I was going to say, like our brethren, the giraffe. Oh my gosh. Sean, thank you so much for coming on the show. I am so excited.
This is so fun.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. You know, week over week, I'm so grateful that you tune in and that you watch the show. It brings me joy, and I hope it brings you joy and a little bit of laughter. That's what the show is all about. And just get excited because I have my 1-year anniversary 50th episode.
That's incredible.
Thank you. Coming up on February 18th, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye. See you next week.
Thank you. Love you.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for watching. To subscribe to my channel, click here. And to watch more videos, click here. Be sure to like, comment, and hit the bell so you get notified every time I upload a video.